Let's hit this. Let's ask this question. Is Trump bad for Gotta ask the question, y'all. Is Trump bad for all people? A lot of people been chastising, and a lot of people have really been vocal about his political stance on everything. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I myself am not a Trump supporter. I don't really agree with what he's doing at this moment. I didn't really agree with him when he started doing the whole tariff thing. Like that was pretty much when I knew things were about to go from bad to worse. But what it is that we live in a land of where people um, are afraid to open up and speak, and you'll see why now. Like when you're voting for somebody, their job is to make you believe everything that they're saying is going to come to pass. With this president, some of y'all really and truly need to understand, like, he didn't lie to y'all. He said, I'm going to have the biggest mass deportation that the history has ever seen. Which means he didn't justify or be specific on who was on their way out. You have to be clear when you're dealing with people who are, one, out of their mind, two, a certain age. Because you got to remember, old W people only know old W ways. I seen a whole bunch of Hispanic people like, oh, I voted for him. He's going to make America great again. Oh, yeah? I don't know how to explain it to y'all, but I haven't seen him do one thing that made America even semi-great. Y'all think because he came in, he raised these tariff prices, then he dropped them, so like it didn't, so it looks like he was about the people. Like, y'all think he did something. The man did nothing. The man did nothing. He literally made things 10 times worse. And there's no end in sight. You know what I'm saying? Like what he's doing to the immigrants. I don't want to call them illegal immigrants because, or migrants, because technically this is their land. But what I am saying is, like, you have to be cautious on who you put in place. A lot of people will put people in place thinking like this is the best move for us. The reason why Kamala Harris didn't win wasn't because she was black or anything of that nature. It had everything to do with her being a woman. And no man with money is ready to listen to a woman tell him how to spend it. And keep it real. You have to understand, like, laws for all the rest of us, black, Hispanic people, are not the same laws for white people. And I will give you the points of this. There's no way if a black or Hispanic person has a felony conviction that they'll be able to be president of the United States. They wouldn't even let them run. Imagine the thought process of you have a felony, you can't even vote. So how is it possible that a rich white man with felony convictions can become president of the United States, and you look at everybody else and say, well, even you with a felony, you can't even vote? Explain that. What is the political aspirations of people is that people with money can get out of anything if they know the right people. I'm a firm believer in you have to believe that you can make a difference whenever you sit down and you're trying to navigate your life. Things happen. I've had this argument and this discussion, or whatever you want to call it, with people for a long time. When you count on somebody to make your life better, you want to see instant results. Here goes the problem. A lot of y'all became so lazy during the COVID time that you really lost track of how to be a hard-working person. It's facts. They gave you 3 stimulus checks, and y'all thought that money was supposed to last forever. That was just to get y'all by to pay bills, so they didn't take you out of your home, so you weren't hungry. But I'm going to point out the obvious. You've never seen a person give you money for free and don't expect the payment back. You've never seen that a day in your life. If you have, show me. What happens is, when your income tax came, they told you that you can only claim this much. Because why? They were going to recoup the millions and billions of dollars they gave to American people. Half of y'all didn't even deserve it. Because half of y'all, I'm going to be honest, don't deserve to get anything. Because if you don't work, you don't eat. I sit down and I say, Section 8 needs to be revamped. And I'm going to make it clear to you why. Section 8 is for people who need to get a jump start at life. It ain't for you to be on forever. It's even for, I agree, like kids or somebody who's taking care of a disabled child and it's hard to make ends meet because of medication and all that. I agree 1,000,000,000%. But here's the problem. When you get on Section 8, you put your kids, you, on there. That's it. You're the only 2 people on that list. All of a sudden, you got everybody and their mama living in your Section 8 home that shouldn't belong there. I'm a firm believer that every once in a while, you should do a pop-up visit to see who's living in the home. And I mean like in the middle of the night, just pop up. And if they're not on that list, even like, you know who's spending the night versus who's staying, open the closet door and see who got clothes in there. I'm a firm believer, just kick them out, kick them off the program and let them pay full rent. Because it's not other people taking advantage of the system, it's our own people taking advantage of the system. When I say our own people, I mean black, white, Hispanic, everything. You have to stop letting people feel so sorry for themselves that they don't know how to get back up on their feet. Man told me, he said, if they just did away with child support, 98% of the men population would be able to stand on their own. Let me make it clear to you. They could do away with the whole thing and y'all will find a way to be broke. Because y'all weren't taught how to save money, how to budget it. Y'all weren't taught these things. You'll see somebody with a new car, jewelry on, the new iPhone, the new Jordans. You'll spend every dollar you got before you make sure your home front is taken care of. Be mad at me all you want, but facts is facts. I never understood why people blame everybody but themselves. Now, with this Trump thing, y'all can blame him because everything he's doing is clan behavior, is slave master behavior. Using the military as his own personal bodyguards to do his dirty work is horrible for any president to do such a thing. Is his reasoning for wanting deportation warranted? Yes. Is his method for doing it wrong? Yes. I saw a dude say, go back to your country. If you're here, like, and there was a Spanish dude telling another Spanish dude to go back to Mexico. Now listen, bruh. That's got to be the worst thing in the world. You're Hispanic telling another Spanish person to go back to their country. Let's be clear. The man is deportating legal Hispanic people. So when you sit down and you're looking at all the things he's doing, he ain't making America great for you and me. He's making America great for rich white people. And even rich white people have stepped in and said, wait a minute. Some of the things you're doing is out of control. When you want better, you have to do better. You have to select better. You have to be better. But when you got an old, foolish man driven by power, sometimes you have to put him in his place. Hello, how you doing? You got to put him in his place, because not only will he destroy you, he'll destroy himself in the process and not care. His vice president, Mike, or whatever, horrible vice president. He's a yes man. Whatever Trump says he's going to go with. But there's a video of him saying, I would never vote for Trump in my life. But as soon as that opportunity came for him to become vice president, he was Trump 101. Sometimes you got to have people around you to correct of your behavior. Elon Musk knows almost everything about the big, beautiful bill that they want to pass. And he was like, Soon as Trump told Eli he had to pay some money for this and that, Eli was like, wait a minute, that wasn't our deal. Now you want to renege? Okay. Pay attention to the world that we live in. Pay attention to how you move. Pay attention to how you want to be as your future goes. So do you. If you can't think it through, then don't do. People say, if I vote for somebody, should they not hear me? Yeah, they can hear you, but they don't mean they listening. They don't mean they listening. The price of freedom is not free. This is what I try to explain to everybody. The price of freedom is not free. People have died to protect this country. You want to know how much America does not respect the people who fought for their countries? Go on any corner right now, any corner, and you can count at least 5 or 6 veterans, homeless, hungry, and they gave their life basically for this country, and they're not even being considered to be taken care of. Horrible. Look at where you're at and look at where you're going at the rate that this guy got y'all going at. We win, everybody's happy. You start to lose, everybody start to turn on you. Now, when I talk to y'all about this deportation thing, it's really simple. If you don't have the proper paperwork and you came in illegally, yes, there's a chance that you may be deported. But if you here on a visa and you've been doing everything the right way, they should leave you alone. He's trying to do away with, if you're born in America, you're not an American citizen. As soon as he does that, that means he ain't an American citizen. Like, sometimes when you hear people talk, you gotta be like, dummy, you're not an American citizen as soon as you sign that. So y'all keep that in mind while y'all giving him all this credit. I gotta go to work. 50% on the poll. 50% of y'all said Trump is good for the people, and 50 of y'all say Trump is bad for the people. So sad.